of Jasmine or Her Texas. Are you able to give a little bit of background about what the organization is and why you started it?
Yeah, sure. So I'm an entrepreneur, but I've also worked corporate too. But I've always found myself back in some sort of a woman-owned business structure. I'm really passionate about entrepreneurship. And Her Texas, I started back in 2019. Initially, it was just going to be events because the state is so large. There's 17 million women here. We were just going to be a connector of some sorts. But when COVID happened and we all couldn't do events and we all went virtual, it's when I started to discover that women around the state had the same challenges. Women in Killeen, Denton, Waco, Fort Worth still having challenges with access to capital, trying to get networking, managing it all. And that's really when the business model of Her Texas changed about 2021, 2022 to where it is now. And we're here to come together at statewide level to collaborate, work together, celebrate, all of those things, build community. But we're really passionate about economic empowerment. And when I started this back 5 years, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I wouldn't have thought where we are today. And I think it's kind of a testament too of giving yourself grace to pivot when you start something, because sometimes you don't know what you need or the business needs till you get in it. And you're like, oh, this is not what I had planned initially, but this is exactly where we need to be. So now we're a statewide organization of mostly founders, but we have a lot of people that do both. They work full time and have a job on the side, or we have some women that are full time business professionals. And we are in 73 cities, just representation in 73 cities. And now we've created several kind of economic initiatives that we hope will help to provide additional funding, sales, business for women-owned businesses here in Texas.
And I think it's so fantastic because sometimes it can be hard. I know that there's a lot of like female entrepreneur groups out there. However, I don't always feel like it encompasses support um, to
Yeah.
like either go and patron businesses or to be able to really create spaces for people to truly network or just create friendships because entrepreneurship, it can feel like you're on this path in your journey by yourself, and that sometimes can be the hardest part for people to actually get into it, is the fact that you are going along this pathway and you are doing this like as a group, but you're not as a group. And I think that's like the cool mentality about Her Texas.
Yeah, and I think it came to be, to your point, there's lots of groups that are here to support women, which is great. Because when I started like 12 years ago, there weren't a lot of groups for women in business. So I'm excited that we have a lot. I was trying to figure out where our little lane was, like where we would find our special place. And you nailed it exactly, Jesse. It's this idea of, if we're coming together to build community, we should be moving the needle forward. So if we're already going to meet for brunch or we're already going to meet for coffee, we should do it at a woman-owned coffee shop. We should be eating, at a woman-owned business. We should be hiring each other. That model itself is still very new, and I'm still trying to put my arms around it because it hasn't really been done, I think, at a statewide level. So every day I'm like, okay, I see what we need to do now. But I'm pretty confident in the fact that it's been exciting to see other women who are like, yeah, let's go meet at a woman-owned coffee shop. A lot of our businesses, we don't have sales or clients. I
Yeah.
mean, we really are in a lot of trouble, and there's too many people in the state of Texas for us to not have business. But I'm pretty confident in the fact that it's been exciting to see other women who are like,
Awesome.
yeah, let's go meet at a woman-owned coffee shop.
And sorry, there's
We
feedback.
don't have sales or
I
clients.
want us to jump back on, and because it's feeding back.
Yeah, I hear it a
Let's
little
start
bit.
over again, if you don't mind.
Okay. Yeah, let's
Hold on
do
one.
it. You mean
Hold
to
on a
leave out and
second.
come back on?
Yes, please.